Morning, 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 everyone. It's your boy, Big Lloyd Dotson. I'm so glad you could join me on today's Bigg's Morning Motor Vehicle Musings. I'm back in my excursion, but that means I forgot my iPhone mount. So I'm kind of got some things propped up under my phone, so it looks a little crooked, but that's all right. Life's that way sometimes. You know, you don't always have a straight path, and that's how it goes. So glad you could join me this morning. It's your boy Big Lloyd Dotson. Everyone calls me Big. Make sure you shout me out. Say hello this morning. This is the last Bigg's Morning Motor Vehicle Musings for this week. So make sure you shout me out. Let me know where you're dialing in from so I can shout you out. Before we get into today's topic, Verinder, good morning. Glad you could join me. Everyone else hopping on. Again, make sure you shout your boy Big out. Let's hope the phone stays propped up here while I get going. If I do too much movement, you may see it fall over. Morning, Clinton. Glad you could join me. Everyone else, make sure you shout your boy Big out because I've got a great topic today. A fantastic one. It is a big topic. Good morning, Heather from South Carolina. Morning, Scott. Glad you could join me, brother. It is a big topic about belittle. Morning, Brad. Glad you could join me. Eric, morning. Glad you could join me. Bart, glad you could join me this morning. Mimi, glad you could join me all the way from Canada. Rob, glad you could join me this morning. Nathan, glad from down under, my man. So like I said, this morning's topic before I go into the gym is the opposite of what many people want to do when they go to the gym, and that's get big. Because the truth is, most people out there are, guess what, looking to belittle other people. And that's the word I want to talk to you about today, this word belittle, and how most people, all right, and you can admit it, okay, you can admit it, especially when it comes to this internet and network marketing business, a lot of people, morning, honey, thank you very much for that shout out. A lot of people don't realize that they are actually belittling others in this internet or network marketing business when you are jealous of others' success and you lash out. Now, I'm not saying that you do it, but a lot of people do. A lot of people do. And especially when it comes down to, you've all heard me say it before, don't give prudence or credence to your haters. But I guess the question becomes, why do people like to belittle other people? And it's not necessarily always in internet and network marketing. It happens in other businesses also, especially those people that have success. A lot of people spend a whole lot of energy, right, trying to pick apart what they're doing or not doing in spite of the fact that that person is having success. Now, that could be anything from sales to beauty pageants to you name it. You know, I know deep down inside of us, we all have that little bit of darkness inside of us, but most people love to turn that on more than others, and they love creating drama. Some people feed off negativity, but the worst thing that you can do is to belittle others to try to make yourself appear better in front of people. You know, Mark Twain said, keep away from those who try to belittle you and your ambitions. Small people will always do that. But the really great make you believe that you too can become great. You see, we hear all the time, people tell us, you know, you are who you hang out with, all right? Hang out with other successful people. But people don't have to be successful with bank accounts and things like that. People can be successful in how they look at life and positivity. But there are those that still want to belittle on a constant basis, right? Others in order to try to elevate their position. It's almost like, you know, pack animals that will attack each other. Guess what? To climb up that pack rank. Are we that far removed yet from our caveman animal days? You know, we frown on people physically attacking others, right? We frown on that. Yet sometimes you'll have a cheering audience when people are ripping the shit out of other people verbally. Why is that any different? And what is that person trying to accomplish by spreading vile shit around? Hey, I'm the victim of the attack, if you will, all the time. People love banding my name around in a negative light. But I don't let it get to me. My feeling is that should you find yourself a victim of attacks over and over and over, and someone trying to belittle you and your position or your success, their bitterness, their smallness, their insecurities, remember, things could be worse. You could be them. Most people spend energy belittling or cutting others down or jealous of others' success because, in fact, how they treat others is a direct reflection on their own insecurities, their own feelings about themselves. And you've heard me say it time and time again, all of you are amazing people. When you find that jealousy factor creeps in, hops up on your shoulder right here and starts whispering in your ear and says things like, oh, man, he's in that position because he's got a big list, or, oh, man, she was born into money. Those are belittling factors where you start to justify to yourself, where you can start to lash out. And instead, what you should do is turn that energy inward and kick yourself in the ass and be inspired by someone like that. Because, as I said before, a lot of people like to project, right? This victim mentality and say to people, you don't know what I've been through. And they try to project that, oh, well, you lost your arm and leg. Well, shit, that's nothing. Let me tell you what I've been through. Why? Why try to make people feel more sorry for you than someone else? Belittle. Belittle is a cruel, cruel world. And it's two words put together that explain it perfectly. Be little. When you spend more of your energy belittling others, you become smaller and smaller and smaller in your own mindset, in the eyes of others who will turn that shit off quick. Because I've said it before and I'll say it again. People want to be associated with, they want to do business with, they want to hang around with people they know, like, and trust who are positive. But negativity is so easy to spread. So easy to take it from sarcasm to downright hate. Your ability to belittle others does not make you better in the eyes of others. Eventually, what it does, as Erwin Himmel said, Himmel, no one has ever made himself great by showing someone how small he is. And the easiest way to do that is for you to expend that amazing, wonderful talent, energy, belittling others. If you truly believe that someone has ill-gotten gains and someone is doing something, all right, that you don't necessarily agree with, or that the best thing to do is shut up and use that energy that you would normally use to negatively shout that person out, to, guess what? Build yourself up. And you don't do that by belittling others. You do that by building you. You hear me talk about it. I spoke a little bit about it on yesterday's live, right? You're not in competition with that person. You're in competition with yourself. When you spend so much time and energy worrying about what that person is doing or that person is doing, you spend less and less time loving yourself. You see, strong people don't put others down. Jealousy, because in the end, that's what it is. When you continuously belittle others for the success they're having, jealousies, especially of other successful people, that's a sign of weakness. And all of us have the strength to be better. All of us have the ability to know when we've crossed that line. And I'm not saying it's not going to happen. That's the battle that we have with ourselves. But ultimately, it's you that makes the choice. Right? To wrap a chain around that shit and throw it in the ocean and let it sink away and move forward. You guys hear me talk about the law of attraction all the time. It actually does work. What you speak, what you say, what you write eventually becomes your reality. So at the moment that you speak or write that negative slur, whatever it may be, you may feel good for that fleeting moment. But that virus multiplies. And while you may gather a flock to you eventually, those people start to wake up to the fact that all of you together are going nowhere. The law of attraction goes hand in hand with the law of action. So why not spend the law of action doing positive things? Oh, Bigg, but it is positive if I point out this and I point out that. You know in your heart of hearts it's not. You know where it comes from. You know it's coming from jealousy. You know it's coming from your insecure feelings about your inadequacy to step up and live up to your potential. So in order to feel better about yourself for that fleeting moment, you're going to try to rip someone else down. Good luck with that working long term. You see, to be little will never help you attain the greatness that you have inside you. Tell me what sounds better. Be little or be great? Be little or be amazing? Be little or be friggin' awesome? You tell me. So the next time you think that it's funny or someone's going to come to your side when you start spitting out BS about how that other person achieved the level that they achieved or whatever it may be, ask yourself, what is it actually going to accomplish other than you to have that smirky smile for a few minutes? You see, there's an old story that goes, a flock of chickens found an eagle's egg one day, and they decide to gather around and help hatch it, because that's what they do. They have that maternal instinct. But as you know, chickens are always clucking. And so the day that the eagle is born and hatches, he starts hanging out with those chickens, right? Even though he is an eagle. I spoke about it the other day. Destiny is not anything other than the choices you make. You aren't predetermined or destined to do anything unless you make the choice to do it. So you have this eagle that was born surrounded by a flock of chickens. And years later, as he's scratching along the ground, he looks up and sees a majestic eagle flying overhead. And he says, "Whoa, that's so amazing." And all the chickens go, "Yeah, that's just an eagle. They fly, but we don't. We're chickens. We always stay on the ground. So come along, Johnny. We got to go." And Johnny the eagle takes one last look over his shoulder and says, "Man, if only I was born an eagle, I could fly too." So let me ask you, were you born an eagle, surrounding yourself with chickens, so all you do is try to make other people chickens too? Or are you one of those people that says, "Damn it, I'm an eagle. I choose to be an eagle. I will be an eagle, and I'll be the best damn eagle. And if others see me and are inspired by me, then let's friggin' fly." I will say this for all of you watching that want to take and write shit on this, because, again, I don't pay much attention to it, but I love the fact that people want to take a lot of my positive messages in these videos and turn around and say I'm full of shit. I am full of shit. I'm full of all the shit that people like you are displacing in this world. And I'm going to continue to move forward. And I know it kills you. I know it kills you. So I'm going to leave you with this. And I'm going to say from my heart, there's definitely something wrong with your existence when belittling others is your attempt to enhance your pathetic ego. Write that down. Everyone, what I want you to do is this. You can choose to stay in that pathetic existence of an ego that belittles others, or you can choose to be the eagle you are and join me as we friggin' fly high and allow the chickens to keep scratching and pecking on the ground, cluck, cluck, clucking all day long. It's your choice. Belittle or be friggin' amazing. Peace. I love you all. Have a great weekend, everyone. This is your boy Bigg. I'm out.